Just 6 months ago, I started investing large amounts of money into the stock market, and shortly after that, the market tanked and dropped all of my money into deep losses. But right now, just 3 months after the market started crashing, and while it is still down by over 7%, my portfolio is actually sitting in a profit. And it's all because of one major investing trick that I have learned over time, and a few smaller ones that have turned my stock market losses into a profit, even while the market is still down, and it's worked time and time again. So, in this video, I'm going to take you through my portfolio in detail and show you how I started, what my portfolio looked like during the worst of the crashes, and the simple investing tricks that I used to turn that loss into a profit. And at the end of the video, I'll show you exactly what my portfolio looks like today, and also what stocks I have been investing in during the last 6 months to make a profit in this market crash. So if you're struggling, this one video could completely change how you make money in the markets, so don't miss it, watch to the end, and let's get started. Hi, and welcome to Casual Cash, where we talk about investing, building wealth, and financial retirement. So subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. If I can ask to please take 3 seconds to like the video, it's quick to do and it really helps out the channel. This baby penguin will be very thankful if you do. So I have been investing for a few years, but back in November I needed to sell all my international shares in order to rebuy them in my tax-free account. That meant although I had made profits on them before, I was now starting again from zero, at least on paper. No profits, no losses. Each share I bought showed zero returns at that point. So I took about $7,400 of shares, sold them and rebought them tax-free. So that's not a small amount we're talking about. And after that, a few months went well and the market slowly went up a bit, so I was feeling good. But then of course, February came and everything changed. Now we all know the story already, so I won't spend too much time. But of course, Donald Trump came into office and over the next 3 months essentially implemented sweeping tariffs across the entire world. But not only that, pretty much the entire world implemented their own retaliatory tariffs on the USA, and a game of economic tit-for-tat ensued. And included in that trade war were some of its biggest trading partners like Canada, Mexico, and of course China. So naturally, this hit the markets based on the anticipated effect it would have on most of the country's largest companies and consumers. And that's why, specifically April, looks like the market quite literally fell off a cliff. And my portfolio was definitely feeling it, as you can see here. Almost every one of my stocks was in red, including some of my newer investments in tech stocks down over 19%. In hindsight, I wish I took a screenshot of it, but one day my investments were down almost $500. I guess we usually only take screenshots when our portfolio looks great. So as a new investor in that sense, just like someone who started investing in the last 6 months, my portfolio was looking terrible and I was sitting at a loss. For a lot of people, this would be the time when you would sell. You would say, you know what, I tried, I got it wrong, and I'm going to sell to cut my losses and maybe try again when the market is back up. Right? We've probably all thought about it, but that is not what I did. Instead, I used the one simple investing trick I've been using for years, along with a few other smaller ones. And like I said, my portfolio is in profit now today, and I can also show you a time in the past where I used this method in a crash and made some great profits as well. Now, before we get to the tips and tricks, I need to tell you about something important, which is my community on Patreon called the Casual Cash Club. It's a community of investors where I share my real-time portfolio updates along with every single buy and sell I do, live and in real time on the day, along with the reasons why I made the investment. I also share my monthly portfolio updates and show you the passive income my shares make me each and every month. But here's why it's important, because all through the turmoil, the news breaking and the markets dropping, there were continuous posts going out in the club to update the members on what was happening in the market and why. I was showing day by day what I was doing to make sure I was riding the waves and doing what I believe to be the right things to profit through the down market. In fact, since the beginning of the year, we shared a total of 32 posts. And in those posts, I shared every single stock buy and sell I made in that time and why I was making them. So as of today, while the market is still down by 7.5%, my new portfolio is up and into a profit. So if you were in the club and you were watching the posts and using the advice and the stock buys, you may be in a similar position. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my own journey and my own process and thoughts on the market, and you'll need to do your own research. But if you get just some insights or some potential stock buys or information to think about that improve your portfolio, your profits and your wealth, then hopefully it's worth it. And the best part is that each post is sent directly to your email as it comes out, so you don't miss it and you can follow my journey with the market to hopefully improve your own journey and have some additional information in your corner. If that sounds like something you want to check out or join, you can click on the link in the description and join the 164 members. And lastly, there is a 90% discount, so you're only paying 50 US cents. So click the link in the description and we'll see you there. Okay, so the markets are down, everyone is panicking, and these are the simple tricks I used to come out on the other side in a profit, and the tricks that you can use too. The first simple and primary trick I used was the easy yet powerful tool of dollar cost averaging. It is so simple, but I honestly don't think people use it enough. Dollar cost averaging means one simple thing. It means that no matter what is happening in the markets, whether it is soaring or crashing, you keep on investing regularly in the stocks in your portfolio. That can mean you invest every week or perhaps every month if that's easier. And it's simple when you look at this max graph of the S&P 500, and the same is true for most major indexes like the FTSE 100 or SATRIX 40 or the ASX 200. Over the long term, the market has continued to go up. So no matter when you invest, over a long enough timeline, the market has always gone on to reach new highs. And that includes with every high and every crash. So if you keep investing regularly, all throughout this line, it is a great method to make compounded profits. But let's take a bit of a closer look at what happens in a crash and why you can make money in a crash even while the market is still down. So here is a drop and a small recovery. Let's say you first invested here, and if you didn't invest any further, you would still be in a loss. But if you continue to invest, continue to dollar cost average, that would mean that you would not only be investing here, but you'd also be investing here and here and here and all the way along here as well. And every time you invest when the market is down, your average purchase price goes down because the stocks are cheaper. So you pay the same amount, but you get more shares. And then, as history shows us, when the market starts to come back up, like it has a bit recently, all those stocks you bought here when the market was down become exponentially more valuable. If the market drops from $100 to $50, you lose 50%. But if it goes from $50 to $100, you make a 100% profit. And that is what we did. In the Casual Cash Club, I posted multiple times each week to show the different stocks I was buying along with the drops in the market. And because no one knows the future, we don't try to time it. We just keep buying continually and regularly no matter what. So since the market has been going up a bit lately, like we can see here, all those stocks I bought near the bottom have started to turn profits and bring us into the green. And that is it. That is the one simple trick I use to make a profit. Even though the market is still down, our portfolio has just turned over to a profit. And of course, when the market continues to grow, these profits from our investments in time to come will be exponential. I can't tell the future, and it may still go down or up, but I will continue to use this method throughout. So, what are the other tips? Well, there are simple ones as well. Relax. Keep a level head. Think logically and not with emotion. Be consistent with your investing, and the most important is to have patience. There's a great quote by the billionaire investor George Soros who said, "If investing is entertaining, if you're having fun, you're probably not making any money. Good investing is boring." So this is what my portfolio is looking like now. As you can see, we have a few stocks still in a loss, and of course we have a decent portion now in a profit, which has brought us to an overall green position for my super new 6-month-old portfolio at a time where many people are still sitting in the red. Now again, we can't tell the future, but I can show you the past. This was my easy equities portfolio during the last crashes of 2022 where everything was red. I used these same principles, and today that portfolio is in nearly 30% profit, even while the markets are down. So I will keep doing the same thing with this portfolio, and you can see how we do on the channel. So subscribe to see my progress to financial retirement through investing. And if you want to get that extra benefit outside of the videos of being part of a large investing club where I share my journey on a day-to-day and show you every single investment I make, when I make it and why, that goes straight to your inbox. So you can join us in the club with a 90% discount in the link below. So remember, keep a cool head, be consistent with your investing, and invest regularly through the good and especially the bad. The purpose of this channel is to help you get the best results in your own financial journey, to build your wealth, grow your passive income, and improve your financial standing in life and reach your money goals. So until then, I will see you in the next one, as always, on Casual Cash. Cheers.